Welcome back to the second and final of KTN News Center. Still on matters weather pattern, and the Kenya Meteorological Department in Muranga has warned on possible landslides due to soil erosion in the county as a result of heavy rains. The rains are expected to start between the 8th and 15th of this month. For details about this, let us now link up with our reporter Stanley Mbichu, who is in Muranga. Mbichu, good morning. Kindly paint for us a picture of what is happening in Muranga right now.
Well, good morning, Radido. It is very chilly here in Muranga County, and the clouds have already set. In the past few weeks, we've been experiencing rains hitting this particular county. And of course, with the weatherman having said that in a few days to come that the country will be experiencing rainfall in different parts of the country, Muranga as well, we expect rainfall to hit this particular county in the dates like you've mentioned, 8th to 15th. And of course, in every season, seasonal rainfalls that hit Muranga County, especially the long rains in Muranga County, Muranga has been experiencing a series of landslides in different parts of the county. But to be able to understand how this is possible and what could cause this, and perhaps remedies and measures to mitigate this menace before it hits Muranga County. Joining me now is Muranga County Director, Kenya Meteorological Department, Department of Meteorological Department here in Muranga County. Thank you very much for making time with us, Sir. Paul Morage is the Director of the Muranga Meteorological Department. Kindly give us an insight. What should Muranga people expect?
Now, thank you very much, Stanley and KTN News, for the support in dissemination of our weather forecast. Is that charged with the responsibility of providing weather and climate information for this county. Yesterday we released the national forecast, and today, 4th of September, we are releasing the county forecast valid for October, November, December 2019. The onset of rain, that's when we expect the rains to start, is between 8th to 15th of October. So the rains which we are experiencing now, this is not the onset. This is one of the few things that I would like to clarify, that we have not recorded onset of rains for October, November, December. The rains, we are expecting them to end by that week of December. On the same, the rains, we are expecting them to be above normal, that is highly enhanced, experience more than what we have been experiencing. As you know, Muranga has 3 distinct climatic zones. The upper zone, which is the T-zone that we are expecting more than 700 millimeters, which will have different impact compared to the lower region of Kabiti and Makuyu. We are expecting around 400 millimeters. With that, the rainfall we are expecting to be well distributed in time and space. Distribution, we mean from onset up to cessation when the rains will end. We expect that the rains will be falling without no long dry spells. In the expected impact, mostly Muranga is an agricultural county. So for maize and the bean systems, this particular season is very good for all the crops because there is no place which we are expecting less than 400 millimeters. But those one on low-lying lands should have, because we expect some flooding on that one. So I will advise the farmers to liaise with the Ministry of Agriculture Extension officers to get the right variety and the type for this particular season. On environment and natural resources, as the President gave a directive that we all aspire to reach 10% forest cover, Muranga people, we encourage them to adopt fruit, fodder, and the indigenous trees as part of agroforestry activities. Not only that, they also assist in other land issues, as we attest to that. So, other than that, on environment and natural resources, we are seeing minimal or no soil conservation measures in Muranga County. That's why rivers like Sabasaba, Malagwa, they are all brown in color. This one will mean that there is a lot of siltation on our rivers and also on the Seven Forks Dam. So I will urge the Minister of Agriculture and Environment Minister and other stakeholders look at the issue of soil and water conservation. On health sector, usually Malagwa town and its environment, Kabati and the Keno, we usually record some waterborne diseases. This is occasioned by high table, the water table that is high, where farmers and the residents are using water from the wells, and we have infiltration of solid waste from the pit latrines. So I would advise during the rains, at the peak, people should avoid drinking water from the wells, and what they are getting, they should also boil. On disaster risk reduction, Muranga has the March, April, May 2018 long rains, 564 households were affected in one way or the other, up to this moment, a family like the one in Getuge, which you covered, is that they are still there. They don't have shelter at the moment because their land was swept away. So I would urge the County Disaster Committee to map out all the areas where we are, all the 7 sub-counties except Muranga South, we might record some landslide or some challenge. And so I'm advising the County Disaster Committee to map out the areas, identify possible evacuation sites, and also put contingency measures. On flooding, we always, when we have landslide on the upper zone, like what I experienced in Kegumo, the village in Malira, Kabero, always record flooding. I would advise that construction of dikes should be considered on the stretch where the water usually breaks. Yeah.
Even as the government committee gears towards addressing these particular issues, evacuation and such, landslides come, but the rains are yet to hit real hard, perhaps. What should the farmer or residents of Muranga County do to ensure that the landslides don't catch up with them? What is the practice that farmers don't do, and what should they do to ensure that landslides are actually mitigated?
We have a gap on community participation in disaster management because, for one, we are seeing an increase due to people habitating. People never used to stay in those areas of houses on high terrain areas because, for one, so one of the few things is that we develop where they are, maybe because we don't have an alternative. So the Meteorological Office is advising that the County Assembly of Muranga, I know we passed Muranga Disaster and Emergency Bill. Can we try to look whether we can implement what is in that policy for the long-term adaptation for the residents? Because in 2012 we have 52 families in Kirikoine village, Kahulo, who have been living in fear of landslide, and the same in Upper Kangema, where we had the highest number of landslide last year, is also we had the same problem that we have witnessed cracks even now, which are expanding day by day. So with the enhanced rainfall, we should be aware that we might have.
Finally, what is the possible amount of rain that Muranga County alone should expect?
Now, Muranga County has 3 distinct climatic zones. In the lower zone, we are expecting rainfall between 350 to 500 millimeters. And the other zone, we are expecting more than 600 millimeters. So that's why we give the advisory on crops. That is it is a light season for you to invest in crop farming, except on low-lying lands because of flooding, also on forage for animal. But now, the other impact, it will depend, the focus will impact differently on sectors and also on regions. And that's why we'll be offering this focus immediately after this through our WhatsApp groups, with our Facebook column, and also on email.
Thank you very much for making time with KTN News. That is the Director, Kenya Meteorological Department, Muranga County, giving us an insight of what to expect ahead of the rains that are scheduled to hit Muranga County from the 8th to the 15th, and of course end within the dates of the 15th of December. Muranga County, of course, will be experiencing that rains, and of course calling upon the farmers to ensure that they practice farming practices that ensure that soil erosion does not erode, making the soil very easy for the rains to culminate into landslides, and of course drenching or terracing in farmlands that are near rivers, and of course across different parts of the county in all ecological regions or zones in Muranga County, which are 3, is what the weatherman advised farmers and local residents of Muranga County to be aware, alerted for the forthcoming rains. From County 0 to 1, Radido, and all our viewers watching from across different parts of this country, my name is Stanley Mbichu. I hand you back to studio.
Thank you so much, Stanley Mbichu, for that